Hi, everybody. Welcome to the read for the week. Well, it's going to be again in two parts because welcome to Eclipse Week. This Thursday, Friday, we head into our first eclipse, which is the full moon lunar eclipse. I believe it's in. I wrote this down, didn't I? No. I think it's in Virgo. Yeah, it's interesting because there's a lot going on. Then it's like around the moon and this portal. Lots of feminine energy coming in with that. So that'll be interesting to see how that, um, and it's also kind of like we're in that, like heading into spring and everything being birthed and new and all of that. So that's definitely part of it. But when I do the moon read at the end of this week, um, probably will release that Thursday instead of Friday, just so if you're watching, you have a day before that happens and you can kind of take a look at that. So we'll just do the read for the beginning of the week here, and I'm not gonna, there's not too much going on except that, typically just reminding everybody that the start of the eclipse, we can usually feel it by now. We can already feel the effects coming in. I've been talking to lots of people that are like really tired, um, just feeling kind of out of sorts, lots of ear ringing going on, just all kinds of stuff, right? Um, we're in the middle of this big shift, as well as, having these markers of different celestial events to kind of like guide us along, and encourage us to do, to act in certain ways to, help our ascension and help our life manifest into something really good. Like I know a big theme of this moon, um, is just being sort of like in the Virgo sense is like the home body, but taking care of this home body, this the self, right? Really, again, we've been focusing on this now for a few weeks. Sorry, I was just checking on Sam. He's making funny noises back there. He's been really vocal and talkative. It's very interesting. Um, anyway, so yeah, there's definitely a focus around continuing on that path of self care, self discovery, and just making sure you're taking really good care of yourself, which is really important through all this tumultuous change we're kind of going through. Um, let's see. Let's start with the Nature's Rhythm Oracle, and for the week, we'll do that for the week. What's coming up with that? I think it's going to be an interesting week, but I do get that feeling like the moon is just saying, like, really tend to yourself, like really be I don't want to say on guard, but just making sure you're not, you know, you've sealed you're grounded, you're taking care of yourself, you're getting enough sleep, those sorts of things. Okay, what's this week all about? Oh, well, in no shocking surprise, we got number 3, expansion. Totally what's going on. Was that 3? Yeah, 3. All right, let's read this. 3. Expansion. I am bountiful and expansive in my body, mind, and soul. The walls you have built around your heart, mind, and body are impermanent. They were created to keep you safe and protected. Beyond these walls lies the opportunity to expand your awareness and grow into a grander version of yourself. See, it's definitely like the theme is self, is like our awakening, your transmutation of self, of body, mind, soul, belief systems, everything. It's all, and it's again, it's like it sounds selfish, but the number one thing we need to be doing is just focusing on how we come through all of this. And that's everybody's job for themselves, right? So have the courage to be less guarded and invite self expansion spiritually, mentally, and physically. What can you do to open your heart and mind? That's an easy question for the week, just to kind of do something like that. All right, let's get the 2 overall cards. Again, what the theme of all of this is about. Oops, there it is. So we got the Temperance card. May the Lord make me an instrument of peace. Again, the prayer of St. Francis. Yeah, it's just basically really tuning in this week to self, but also why did we come here, right? Um, we, to be constantly creating the energy of peace. That's done by being the example, being the lighthouse, be the change and be the example. So every day through this week, just pursuing, there's the moon, just pursuing anything that gets us to a state of peace. And that just might mean that, like, what you need to do for yourself is just focusing on your inner peace, that you're talking nice to yourself, that you're treating yourself nice, that you're not in turmoil internally, and making sure that's all taken care of before heading into this eclipse portal. Um, Another big thing, I think it is in Virgo. If it's not, I remember seeing something about Pisces, but maybe that's the moon at the end of the month, the new moon. Anyway, I'll look that up before I do the moon video for sure. Um, but yeah, it just really seems to be focused around. I always think of Virgo too as like the energy of the Virgin, but it's also like Vesta, the energy of Vesta, which is like the goddess of home, and so it's all really focusing on you and making sure you're tending to your garden and taking care of yourself first, and then the rest, then we can be of service to humanity, right? Oh, I'm gonna do one of these. All right, what's the overall theme? Oops. Oh boy. Okay, there's two. Okay. The first one is stretch. This is always the card for me that is like really stretch into your abilities, your energy, your um like basically like it's not just about it's like these look like roots going out, like expanding your energy, your gifts, your body, mind, and soul. So just really stretching those muscles and start getting them moving. We also got the discernment card though. So again, um, the thing I always love about this card is this person seems very in deep thought, um, but has a very strong heart center. So this week, again, I feel like, well, like for the next few months at least, if not maybe the bulk of this year, it's just going to be constantly in information coming at us, whether that's, good or bad, is up for us to like really, we have to do this deep thought, deep dive with everything. Because I've even just noticed, like, as a new piece of information comes out or some new movement starts on the planet, that there's a lot of like sudden opposition to discredit, to say it's misinformation. There's so many moving parts, and we're still unfortunately really divided. We're all like mostly wanting the same goal in the end, so I don't understand why we have to create this division, but part of the division is being created purposefully, right? So that we aren't discovering the true nature of ourselves, who we are, what we're capable of, why we're here on this planet, what ascension is, if it's really happening. It's happening. But those sorts of things, like there's lower power structures that don't want us discovering this stuff because it means it spells their end. But the funny part is they've already lost like a long time ago. We're just kind of like going through the motions and discovering the history, the true history of what's going on. So just really, yeah, make sure this week that you're taking uh, everything with a grain of salt, but doing the deep dive onto it. And when I say deep dive, it's not, I mean, if you want to go down the rabbit holes and do all the research, and that's important for you to get to be able to discern. Um, But I think one of the greatest lessons we came here to learn, and one of the greatest gifts we have that was given to us, is our ability to discern. And that is completely done through our intuition. So, again, when information's coming in, you have to take it for what it is for you. It doesn't matter what it is for the status quo or everybody else. You need to take that information internal and be asking the deep questions of, does this resonate with me? Is this something that's important that I need to pay attention to for my overall ascension goal? Or is this just a little bit of a, what do you call it when you throw something in that's like, you know, like a red herring or like something like that? Isn't that what it's called, a red herring? So it's just really critically important that you're doing that work. And honestly, the discernment thing is just you sitting with your intuition, and your higher self and your guides, and listening for the clear cut answer. And again, if something is not resonating and you're getting the red flags around it, or you figured out it's a red herring, then just let it go. Like, don't participate in low energy. That quote's come up a couple times too, of like, things aren't getting worse. It's just, things are being exposed, but also they're trying to purposely create a divide. So don't engage in lower energy activities. That's not where you need or want to be at this period of time. You want to be focusing on the, the light and the love. We've been over that several times. Anyway, I won't ever find that quote again. So, okay, let's take a look at the beginning, like Monday through probably up to Thursday-ish, because I think the moon starts Thursday, like really late in the night or something. I'm not sure when the exact moment of the eclipse is. I'll try to look that up for that read, but let's read up to that point and just see. Yeah, let's just see. It is there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're just going to hold these two cards up at the same time. Okay, because it's actually quite funny. Seriously, sometimes when you do this and you're just like, I cannot make this stuff up. Like, if I even tried, I guess I could totally, like, I don't do that, just so you know. Oh, hilarious. Okay. Yeah, this is what's the word on there? Expansion? We just got another expansion card, exact same word. So, well, these cards are on fire today. These cards are on fire. Okay, I'm gonna hold these two up only just because it's freaking hilarious. Hello. Hello. You do. Look at my eye. Look into my eyes. Okay, I'll stop being a goofball now. All right. First up for this week, exposed and revealed. Like I said at the beginning, it's going to be important about discernment this week because more and more and more cavalcade of stuff is coming to the surface. And obviously, with an eclipse, that's sort of what it's meant to do, right? It's just like stirs the pot, throws it all out in front of you, like says, okay, clean it up. So that's first up. And again, we got seeing, perspective, truth, knowledge, clarity. Yeah. So this again is dipping back to you. This is your seeing, your intuition, you taking everything that you're hearing and discerning it. Absolutely 100%. Then we got the expansion card. Again, like I said, you can't make it up. And so that means I'm going to have to call this part of the read, expansion of some kind. I always love this card because basically it's expansion, but completely 100% on the spiritual intuition plane. We have all the factors in. So this is Mother Earth right here. These are like our weather beings. This sort of the Godhead, whatever that is, the universe, whatever you want to call it. This is always representative of kind of the the new age witch, if you want to call them witches, um, sorceress, whatever. She's got the magic. So we're just really expanding this week into our personal knowledge and intuition. So just really be cultivating it this week and looking at it and discerning things. And what was the other card we had? The stretch, the stretch card. Yeah, like start playing with these abilities, or I think a lot of you will find too that like that whole process of discernment is almost like it's going to start to go to a place where it's where you don't have to do the work necessarily with it. I don't want to say like you have to pay attention and understand what's coming in, but like the answers will come so much faster, right? And it'll just be like a knowing, right? Instant. And isn't that on the card? Knowing? Yeah. Knowledge, knowing, perspective, clarity. So it's just like it'll be like something comes in and instantly all your systems will be like, yep, that's great. That works for us. Or no, that's not good. Stay away. It's just going to become more and more instantaneous if you want. We also got, I love this card, the celebration card, the three of, oh shoot, in the regular tarot, what is it? Anyway, it's air in this one. So basically, by the end of the week, there's reason to celebrate. I think like this next energy bump is going to be, or shift up, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be pretty, not just big, but also like just more recognizable, like more tangible. You'll be like, I can do this stuff. I am doing this stuff. I do have intuition. This is, this is it. This is where we are. So I really do think it's a good week. It's just like starting to utilize the our God-given gifts that we've been given, and becoming the new future version of us, of ourselves. Okay, which I'm gonna do. I'll save those for the moon read. Let's do 3 Christ consciousness and 3 golden futures, because we'll focus more in the moon read on the fact of the portal cards and that kind of stuff, because it's a pretty big portal. So, and again, at 2 weeks is usually from the lunar eclipse to the solar eclipse, can be a little intense. Just like because it is moving and shaking things. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Um okay. I don't even know where to start. Can you tell? That's so funny. Um okay, well there's always two. What is the reason that all of this is happening, right? It's always like, why is there any generation on the planet? We're always wanting to improve and create a better place for the children. We want to leave our children with a better life than we had, than our ancestors had. That's always seemed the reoccurring sort of humanity goal. So, okay, we're going to start. The first card we got is the children. It's, cherish and enter their world. So, yeah, look, it's just like, and again, this card always has all the butterflies. We are in this great expansion and transformation right now. Keep your childlike wonder, but also just, keep the mission in mind. The mission is to make this world a better place, right? We also got another child, innocence. Purity is the card. Return to innocence. Oh, that's awesome. I love that song. It's it's basically just like it's taking us back to our true nature. And then again, I got another little baby on there. Gentleness, respond softly. I think that's key this week too, is there just feels like a need for us to be really gentle with ourselves even how we approach others and the things we say or do to them. And like a lot of it is like I said, again, it's this division stuff going on. It's almost really um, important. It's so important that we're not getting caught up in the divisiveness, because then we miss the nuances of this energetic shift that's actually happening. So if you're too busy fighting everything, it's that energy. I mean, we do. I agree. We have stuff on this planet we came to clean up and things like that. But it's like we have to find our compassionate approach to this all, and dealing with everything in some sort of gentle, soft manner, right? We can still do things and affect things and change things without being. We have to get rid of, again, that's where this feminine energy must be coming in, is that we really need to not, we've got to like lose this aggression, right? It's going to be a little tricky though, because Venus is going to be in retrograde, I think I said till April, right? And she's in retrograde in Aries, which is Mars energy, which is fight energy. So it's not like, unfortunately, the playing field isn't that hospitable, but we have to find a way as our true human experience and soul experience to do this in the most graceful, peaceful way that we can, right? And always just, again, it was that first card about returning, the children enter their world. Um, Children by nature are not aggressive and, that sort of thing. Like, obviously, we it gets shifted out of them pretty fast in this world, but it's just asking us to really focus on the energy of innocence, right? The return to innocence, that other card. It's really important that we're coming at this almost childlike. And that's not in the immature kind of way. It's just like that we need to be more lighthearted, more joyful, more playful, more loving, more curious, like all of those things that kids are, right? So, whatever you do this week, focus on that energy, that softness. Um, yeah, the word like softening to love is coming up, right? So, we'll talk about more about the moon too, but like I did see somewhere too, it's because of the eclipse, it's also like a blood moon. It should just be a worm moon, but it's a blood moon. But again, the blood moon is also representative of the feminine. Uh, we won't go into those obvious reasons. If you're a human being, you know what I'm talking about. So it is still though. It's shedding the old and moving into the new. There's lots of feminine energy around it, but there's also a lot of energy about discovering things about self and nurturing self and cultivating cultivating a peaceful approach to everything that you can. So yeah, that's what this week is about. So again, like I said, these eclipse energies, they can be intense. There can be a lot of shifting and changing and things going on, and it can be a little bit much, but it's just like your safest spot is going to be to retreat within, and that's to just like not hide, but just to be like, find that place of safety and comfort, because you have a job to do, right? Like, you're not just finding safety and comfort and hiding out there until everything blows over. You're supposed to be doing this deep meditative thought, analyzation. Because it was funny too, because I heard the other day, like, we always, well, actually, I was looking through my chakra notes, and like we always say, like, when we're on this journey, that, like meditation, but like what's really more important than meditation is like reflection and, um yeah, just that ability to ponder all the questions of the universe and life and everything. um those are really good meditations to even just do, right? Like, really sitting down and connecting. with something bigger than us, and just saying, like, what is this about? What are we working on? What are we doing? What do I need to do? How do I soften to love? And then this, though, like really just being deep in that thought, right? Pondering. I'm looking for another word. It's just not coming. Yeah. But it requires a lot of reflection this week, I think, too. All right, let's do 3 of the golden futures because I won't be doing those in the moon reading because there's already enough cards in the moon reading. Yeah. Oops. Just make sure I'm not backing over Sam. Okay, what did we get here? Yeah, okay, I get what this is all about. Okay, so we'll read this first. Again this week, another emphasis on family relationships, attuning heart to heart. So honestly, this is just, again, bringing up your energy into heart centered consciousness, but also, again, being the example for family and friends and relationships around you, and helping those to expand. And again, how we help them to expand is, yes, everybody's on their own thing, their own trajectory, they have their own work to do. But again, we can lead by example. That's the biggest part of it, is leading by example. So that instantly creates harmony within our family and friend structures. Okay. We also got free energy, which is be a powerhouse. Basically, that's just like a different version of saying be the lighthouse, be the change you want to see, and the rest will follow, right? So, which is interesting because in this card, it's sort of like crystal pyramid, and all the rainbow colors are coming in, but then also, yeah, or are they coming out from the light? It's like, it's really important for us to really start shining, because what the last card we got is the crystalline light body. Build your crystalline Merkaba. So this is the energy field around us, the protective field, but it's also how we do everything, how we move from place to place in the energetic world. But we're getting to the point where it's like, and again, there's that full open lotus. Full open lotus always indicates enlightenment, ascension, whatever you would like to call it. Yeah, we're just tuning into this more and more and more in the coming up days. So just focusing on opening those pathways. Your Merkaba is a little, I mean, there's definitely meditations out there to kind of like connect and build it. It's basically your energy center for like your personal spaceship, really is what it is. Obviously, it's completely energetic. It's not around you all day, every day. You do have to like basically tune it up and turn it on, right? So looking at those sorts of things and just knowing that could even be some of the stuff that's coming at us in terms of what's going to be exposed and revealed, is like, we're not, again, we always say we're not this little meat suit running around paying taxes and dying. We There's more that we can do, right? And heading into the light body, I mean, for a lot of us, it's funny though, because I like being in massage, and a lot of the times people will just say to me, I just want a full body transplant. Like, I just want a whole new body. And I think the truth is, whatever and how we get to light body, I don't actually know. I mean, I can only guess that it's about tending to our frequency and tending to our energy and our Merkaba and our center, and that we don't have to lug around this um, heavy clay body that is prone to, illness, disease, etc., etc. That there is an energetic factor coming in that will allow us to be in this light body like all the time if we want, rather than, that's probably where the switch in dimensional energy comes in, right? I don't know how it's going to work. I can only speculate. Others can only speculate. But with that card coming up, it just means we're really close. Like we're really close to, it's not just like, and it's not just going to be a whiz bang boom like transformation and it's done. I think this takes, a lot of work on our part to be in our best frequency, our best energy. So, that stuff's not always easy, but I think what's also helping us, that again is, we're not really conscious of right now because it's not within our world, but it's something to do with this free energy card, in that the power and the grid lines and the ley lines and the pyramids and that's all open on this planet. It already exists. It's just that we've had extreme difficulty tapping into this because there's been an overlay of heavy, dense energy. But that dense energy is very slowly being, like we say, the veil being pulled off. But that's sort of what we're talking about, is like the density of that energy is it, and this time it's being lifted and it's going away forever. Like it's not, unless you choose to stay in it, which is a whole other conversation, right? But like there's like, I've talked about this before, there's going to be people that choose to stay in the lower third dimensional energy because this is too much for them. It's too frightening. They may not be ready to go right away, but eventually most of us will go. So I feel like it's almost like one of those things where, like, we, again, it's not tangible right now, but it's coming. And so, and we'll just know it innately when we see it, right? It's 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 not just when you say, oh, they say awakening, right? That you're waking up to the truth or the knowledge or whatever it is, but it's also a just like a knowing that, like, that has been, that's suppressed deep in us. So it's like a homecoming when it happens. When that energy is fully in, we're just going to look at it and be like, I remember. It's a remembering more than it is an awakening. It's a remembering of who and what our soul truly is and why we're here. So um, I think this eclipse portal is going to like provide lots of information on that. So be doing the good work, be doing your discernment, be deep in thought, do the pondering, um, and really just kind of like, I don't want to say take advantage of this energy, but start to learn how to like manipulate it and use it for your good, um, because that's what it's there for. Remember, it's like you just want everyone to wake up and remember exactly who they are, like in an instant, but it takes a bit of time. All right, we're going to leave that read there, and then I will have the moon read and the eclipse read up in a couple days. Take care of yourself till then. I love you.